It's Jim Gordon with SmallCapPower. We're here at the VRIC conference in Vancouver. I'm now joined by Gary Thompson. He is the CEO of Brixton Metals. More information on them, brixtonmetals.com. We'll of course give that email address, or website address I should say, at the end of the interview. Welcome, first of all.
Oh, thank you.
You bet. Okay, let's start with an overview of Brixton Metals.
Sure, Brixton is a junior exploration company. We have 4 wholly owned assets in Canada and the US. And yeah, we're looking for those new discoveries and drilling away and making the most of it.
Okay, well, and I like when I sit down and talk to somebody, we're very early in 2019 and you've already made an announcement. Can you let our viewers know about a recent announcement you had of the Langus project, which is in Ontario?
We spent about $4 million 2018, and a good chunk of that went into the Langus and Hudson Bay mines. These are past producing high grade silver and cobalt assets.
Sure.
And the release that we put out just recently was actually wrapping up some of the work we did last year. But while we're drilling for silver and cobalt in the camp, we actually intersected a kimberlite body. And some of the early holes that we drilled the first 3 holes we drilled on it, on the kimberlite, recovered a micro diamond.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that was interesting to us. So we decided that, well, we should see how potentially big this thing is, and can we find the pipe and all that stuff.
Right.
So we did a bit of work around that, and the summary of that was that we intersected the 25 holes. We intersected 22 of the 25 holes. So it's a fairly good sized footprint.
Yeah. You had mentioned some other projects that you're involved in, high potential projects. Let's start with the Thorn Gold Copper Silver project, which is in the Golden Triangle of BC. Can you update us on that for 2019?
So we're actually just working through finalizing some of the work we did in 2018 on the Thorn property. It's a large scale project. It's a district scale. Looks to be now more like a porphyry copper gold system.
Right.
We've got all these satellite zones that. It's interesting that we've been working on those satellite zones over the many years that we've been on it, and now that's kind of led us to what we believe is a large-scale copper-gold porphyry system on the property that has yet to really been properly drill tested. So we're going to be coming out with an update on that work in the coming weeks.
Okay.
But we're pretty excited about it because it looks like a large-scale copper-gold porphyry, which in this market and a lot of these large companies are looking for new assets, so we believe this project can deliver some pretty impressive results.
Your other project, the Atlan Gold project, let's talk a bit about that.
Yeah, so the Atlan Gold project is fairly new for us. We call it the Atlan Gold Fields. It's one of these projects, we haven't been talking about it too much because we've been quietly consolidating lands in the area. Sure. So over the last couple of years, we put together, so about, 2 years and about 15 deals now. We have 100% of about 1,000 square kilometers there as well. So very large land position.
Yeah, wow.
And why we liked it is partly because it hasn't really been explored much for hard rock, although they've been mining gold there for 120 years. So it's the second largest placer gold camp next to the Barkerville Caribou camp. So we see a lot of analogs to Barkerville and the Caribou gold fields. However, there hasn't been that much work on the hard rock source. So now that we've consolidated a good chunk of the district, we've got 4 known showings, I guess we'll say, from previous work that has been done, and they're all greater than 10 grams per ton gold. Some very impressive high-grade gold hits, as high as 800 and something grams per ton gold. One of the best hits, I think, that came out of the 1980s work was on the Yellow Jacket zone. 5.5 meters of 509 grams. That's like 16 ounces per ton gold, over 5.5 meters. So some very, very high grade numbers. So our plan is to get in there. We've got a budget to go do some work. Right now the company's sitting on about $3.5 million. So we'll be starting our program there shortly and looking to basically make new discoveries and follow up on some of the historical veins that were drilled, and then some of them were mined. There was an old Imperial mine, which was one of our targets. They never drilled it, but they mined 260 tons at 11.5 grams. So we'll be looking at some of those targets to see if we can basically piece together a number of these targets into a a meaningful resource. That's going to be the objective for us.
And a busy 2019.
Very
on
busy 2019.
both sides of the country.
Yeah, you bet.
Gary Thompson, CEO of Brixton Metals, and more information if you want to find out what Gary and his company are doing, it's brixtonmetals.com. We thank you for your time,
Very
Gary.
good. Thank
Cheers.
you. Appreciate it.